But let me go ahead and get this one started.
Do you want me to summarize it for everybody, or for
Go
yourself
ahead,
while
feel
you're
free.
doing
That's a
it?
good thing to summarize in chat.
So this is the tied for the third largest league. Goblin is. It has
I saw
72
that.
total entrants.
Yeah, that's a pretty big number. I'm happy about that. Good stuff. So there's obviously no kind of, inducements going to be bought in these games. This is game one. And unlike Legion League, we are playing with fresh teams. Against fresh teams, so...
Yep. So Cyanide has extended 4 tickets
Yep,
to the World Cup.
yep, there were 4 tickets for
So
Goblin.
so with 12 divisions, 6 teams per division. It's double round robin.
Yep,
10 games played per team.
yep,
Top 32 teams qualify from the qualifier rounds, or 32 teams qualify. 2 from each division, so that's 24.
Okay.
The top 8 best third place teams, based on point system and tiebreakers, will add into it.
Alright,
There you go.
Let me go to
that's 32.
to real Blood Bowl here. So I decided, after some thought, even though it's not normally what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and receive the ball and go on offense with my Brets. Mainly just because I don't want to be giving up all of my... these peasants are just as flimsy as Wood Elves, and I don't want to be giving up a billion free punches. They're literally as fragile as the Wood Elves, and considering my game plan is going to be in large part beat up on 7 armor guys, it seems kind of counterintuitive to me to be like, I'm going to beat up on 7 armor guys to win this game. Oh, by the way, have free punches on my 7 armor guys.
Yep. So,
Although normally against elves, yeah. But you do your thing.
Sorry, I'm almost done.
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
first 2 rounds are single elim, and then the Elite 8 is best of 3, and then it's over. No other games are played.
We're gonna have Raymond Luxury Yacht back here to try and receive. And we're gonna go ahead and do some punching on some linemen because I like punching linemen. In theory, we're not gonna be going super aggressive here. In practice, we'll see what happens. We're going to keep some players a little bit further back than we otherwise might because we don't want a blitz to do horrible things to us. And we'll confirm setup and call it a day. Again, this is a tournament game, so no tips. All the games tonight are going to be tournament games, I do believe, so no hints for anybody. Cheering
You wanna count
fans.
people out?
Ooh, I get an extra reroll.
If I see them tip.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So that's, getting a reroll is very fortunate for me. Because I'm actually starting with a smaller number of rerolls than I normally would. We're kind of low-ish on rerolls because of that. Mr. Larpus is going to go over here to defend against stuff. Let's just get some pieces in the way and get started with our punching. This is a 4-minute team, 4-minute turns tournament. Dr. Akama Egg Dude is going to stick around. I thought chat might appreciate Dr. Akama Egg Dude.
It's pretty good.
Giving some love to the Knorr chat jokes. Let's try the last one and hope we can actually break armor. We do have a blitz coming in theory. If this fails. We broke no armor, sir. But we did knock them all down, so it's not all bad.
But do they get back up again?
We'll find out if they get back up again. Unfortunately, I was unable to keep them down. We're just going to go over here. We're going to kind of try and defend the ball and also kind of, prevent horrible nightmare scenarios. You know what I mean? We don't want him stealing the ball from us because he is Wood Elves, and that is what they like doing, is stealing the ball. So we're going to form a nice loose cage here. How bad do I want to defend? You're actually pretty okay where you are, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'll have you drop back 1 square. We're going to go ahead and try and beat down this dude real quick. 1 more block. That's okay with me. I can deal with that just fine. Now we're going to try our pickup. We're perfectly happy to blow a reroll on this because we got that freebie. And in general, I'm okay with blowing rerolls against Wood Elves to start with. It's just one of those things where it's kind of like, I accept the fact that I may have to blow a reroll against Wood Elves at the start because they do horrible, nasty things otherwise if you let them, you know. We're playing our game later on. That is the plan, Ballshab. But this game, we arranged it. It had to be done now, basically. But, yeah, our game will happen after this if you're totally fine with that. About, you know, hour and a half-ish from now, you know, with the way these games normally go. 4-minute turns-ish. We'll see. So I put week 2 of the tournament game on YouTube. It actually took 2 uploads, which is why it came so late. Yeah, no backseat gaming.
Paul should be asks, are you still up for playing?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we're playing. So he's gonna get a ward answer blitz on a filthy peasant. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Filthy peasant got knocked over, as they are wont to do. Legion League Day. It is both Goblin Day and Legion League Day. It is all the League Day. And I'm quite happy to be playing in all these leagues now.
Speaking of leagues.
Speaking of
AMP
leagues.
updated who's in the playoffs?
He's sent out tickets, is my understanding. So we are playing against Wood Elves. They do have a ward answer, and as you know, ward answers come with this obnoxious leap skill that lets them jump into cages more easily than they otherwise would be able to get into them. Although, don't get me wrong, they're pretty good at jumping into cages even without leap, so, you know. But leap makes things easier for him. So we have to protect the ball a little more securely than we otherwise would. We should be prepared to foul the ward answer if it overextends and gets in a bad spot. In general, we're probably more okay with fouling just because we have super dirt cheap linemen. But, you know, there's still no need to take dumb bad fouls. We are getting screened up nice and good. There is no problems with that. Who is going to dodge out? Okay. That's fine. Makes sense. So we're mostly going to want to try and move the ball up the pitch. We're fairly willing to base things, and to just make a bit of a mess of things for my opponent. Of course, you know, lining it up with big nasty block guys is part of the plan. Because that's the main thing we're bringing to the table over these Wood Elves. He may have us, like, ridiculously out ball handily, but we have a lot of skills to bring to the table. So we're going to leverage that. Try to hurt some things. Have a good time with that.
Some nice pieces you guys have there on both sides.
Yeah, well, they're all fresh. They're really not nice pieces. to be perfectly honest with you.
And some of the other ones are pretty nice. I mean, they're not injured yet.
The War Dancer is a nice piece. I'll give you that. But we're mostly
It would be a shame if
we're mostly not fouling unless, you know, we get a real good scenario. I'm gonna go ahead and stay. There's no reason to follow up there. For the most part, we're just moving up our cage. I'm perfectly willing to kind of base some things. We're not super strong. There's some risk involved in basing some guys, but we'll kind of deal with it. We just want to get as many good blocks off as we can and hope some damage happens. We kind of want to move the ball up the pitch, and we want to do it in a way that gets us a little bit more back towards the center of the pitch. I could have gone further towards the center, but I was worried about the fact that there's these two guys here, and I wouldn't be able to, you know, knock both of them down. He had guys here, here, and here, so I just took the spot where there was only one guy. You know what? You just kind of hang tight here, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're fine where you are. There. And we'll call that a day. We'll eventually start thinking about doing something with past targets later, but no huge pressure. We're just going to try to, you know, base dudes, get in the way, be obnoxious, hopefully do some damage with all this block skill. But he's probably not going to be giving us like a huge number of free punches. You don't need to worry about telling me to foul War Dancers. Like, I said no strategy, but I know about fouling War Dancers. I am aware that is a thing. Yeah. Yeah, don't let it... Don't think that, you know, don't get in the mood of, oh, I'm spoiling stuff and start actually spoiling things, as Panda is pointing out.
I will time you out. I don't want to, but I will.
And you can be timed out and untimed out, or whatever needs to be done, but you'll need to be timed out. Okay, so the War Dancer is going to get a push. That's fine. Is he going to follow up? Because that's going to give me a lot of good ideas about how he wants to do this. He's not. Which makes sense. If he was going to follow up, it would really indicate he's quite happy to go basing all my dudes. Seeing as he went ahead and took a step back, he's probably going for the more conservative and, in my opinion, more correct strategy of just screening my dudes. And that's good and fine. That means this guy's probably going to dodge out and go stand like here or something. He may put his guys like here and here or here and here. They're basically the same thing. So that's all fine. He's got some guys deep, just in case of dumb stuff. How do we want to do this, then? Let's see. What all do I want to punch and base? If you give me a choice, I would much rather wander my way back towards the middle of the pitch. And I'd like to do something that would allow me to get a pass target, if that's at all possible.
What's up, everybody?
I hope everybody's having a damn good time today.
It's Friday. It's hard not to have a good time.
Why would you not have a good time on a Friday? If you don't have a good time on a Friday, you're just wrong, I think. I highly recommend relaxing and enjoying your Friday. All these pushes make me slightly sad.
Would you say you're a sad fake?
I suppose
No,
you
it's a
could say
fake
that.
fan.
I'm just curious. I mean,
No, I would call this situation legitimately a tiny bit sad. If he wants to go ahead and take a punch there, he can. That's fine. We're just gonna kinda do some derpy stuff around here.
I should try hurting those elves.
I've been attempting to hurt the elves. Unfortunately, it's not a thing which has been actually happening. It's really kind of tragic. We've got a little bit of time. Off-topic conversation. Anyone else tried Overwatch? Yeah, back when they actually, you know, let me in the beta.
they didn't let you in again?
No. I was in the weekend
What?
beta, so I didn't get beta access back again. Like, Xeris got it the whole full time because he got the legit beta thing. There was a big stress test beta where they let everybody, like a ton of people in. Those were not like permanent tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not that happy about it, all told.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it's not ideal. I'd have strongly preferred getting into the beta.
Yeah, I'm debating if I want to buy it or not.
Oh, I probably will in the long run.
In the long run, yeah, but I meant on release. I'm not going to buy any of the extra currency BS, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come at me, War
With
Dancer.
CSGO and already having TF2 and everything else. Yeah, Savant, it's kind of a MOBA mixed with the FPS. I think it's very kind of like Smite.
Besides
I
better
see what you did
graphics,
there,
what
Magnus.
does this have that Blood Bowl Chaos Edition doesn't have? The support of a
Bretonians.
large number of players.
Bretonians.
Bretonians. Better graphics, as you said. Those are the main draws.
In theory, it'll be more complete
Eventually.
down the road.
More accurate rules?
Different features.
I don't know if you can say more accurate rules. I think you can say they're both like... Both of the games got certain different things wrong.
Yep.
Oh, he's not going to base my ball carrier.
There are less game-breaking bugs. That's
Yeah,
what-
I will say there are
I'll
fewer
say that.
game-breaking bugs. That I would agree with.
Yeah, Mactoshy's right. It has
Oh,
a
he
little
dub
buff
skulled.
right now.
Wonderful.
Up skulls. Oh.
I'm happy that a reroll got used.
And there is much rejoicing. That's debatable, Savant. You could argue that, but there's less. But as people said, there's less game-breaking issues.
Like, I think they both have rules issues in different ways, is the way I would put it. I'm happy with him having to make all of these rolls with reroll gone. I was just saying. I'm fine with you doing that. It was a 5 out of 6. It was probably worth it, but you know, the fact that all didn't work out warms the cockles of my heart. Let's put it that way. It was some good shit.
No, you just have to break through.
Now I just have to break through. Which is a doable thing for sure.
Break on through to the other side.
We'll find out. Either way, you're just gonna stand up, guy. I'll figure out what to do with the rest of you guys later. Ooh, now it's my turn to botch a roll. Except I botched it significantly worse than my opponent did. I failed a 1 out of 81, guys.
That's what you get for trusting a peasant.
That's apparently what I get for trusting a peasant. So now he just gets a legit super simple blitz in my ball carrier.
Yep.
That's life.
That's Blood Bowl.
That is Blood Bowl. I've heard people say that before. Yeah, you push me down. Down for sure. Because now your other guy can literally just walk out of the way.
Campaign, but let's be honest.
And you can base my dudes and blitz my ball carrier from that square.
Blood Bowl is not a single-player game.
I have failed to break armor, and I failed a 80 out of 81. Those were sad times. But try to look at the bright side.
Are you saying if they never release Vamps, you'll be happy because they can't F them up?
Finn is a good skill.
He's gonna be fine.
Daryl the Dragon Wounder got KO'd. We don't have an Apo for you, man. And we are losing the Bash War to Wood Elves now. I mean, we have a player KO'd. Is a better way of saying it. And now a 2-die on my ball carrier. Push push will probably be re-rolled, I would think. I think I'd re-roll it if I were him. He's not going to, though. Wow.
Okay. I called it. I called your ball carrier would be fine.
I'm glad. Can you call me scoring a touchdown?
I can't use my power for cheating.
Oh.
What's the point of having power?
Sometime tonight you will score at least a touchdown.
I mean, what's the use of your powers if you aren't going to use them for good?
I use them for awesome for me. It's fine if I use them on myself because, you know, I'm not having a third-party person help me out with my games.
So, like...
Aardvark. Please do not do that.
Like, we can... Because you get timed out.
We have to time you out.
Yeah. No advice. So what I do on my turn is going to kind of depend on what happens here. Yeah, okay. So basically there were two kind of options here we kind of need to look at. One of them was huddle up around ball, get pass targets through. Was an option we needed to consider. We had this guy who was kind of over here, potentially to be a pass target. He got tied up, which is unfortunate. The other option is try to keep moving our way through the pitch as is. Well, that's helpful. I'm happy about that. The other option is basically plowing through. If we want to plow through, there are kind of 3 or 4 players in the way, which are this guy, and this guy, and maybe this one potentially, depending on what happens here. Which would mean our blitz needs to be used here. This guy needs to block him down. This guy needs to block him down. Which would leave us with him standing up because he needs to provide that assist. It's kind of ugly, really. Trying to get through is really kind of hideously ugly and does not make me happy.
Well, you have to make dodges.
Yeah, well, there's dodges. There's dodges I kind of don't want to make if I do that. Not looking forward to that. This is in one of the World Cup qualifier tournaments. So yeah, there is... You know, this is a tournament game for sure. Let's take this one. A POW is a good start. Thank you for that. I'm going to go for a bit of a different plan.
Yes, Gold Light, he went with a one-word answer 3 reroll and a thrower lineup, I believe?
Yeah, he did.
That's not a bad.
No, if you want to start with 3 rerolls, it's a fine lineup to do so with, you know. I'm gonna dirtle around here. instead of trying to break through this turn. May not be advised, but it's one of those we're going to deal with it kind of situations. Nah. Which side do I want to do first? Who do I want to blitz down worse is kind of the question. Take the 2 die. We're kind of gonna dirtle around a bit. Take a 1 die here. A POW is happy. I like POWs.
So how do you untime someone out? I can't seem to figure that out.
You click it again, I think.
Just it said the timed out 600 seconds still.
Oh, I don't know. And now we're going to try our dodge
I think
move,
I have to
willing to
ban
blow a
unban.
reroll on this. You have to what?
I think I have to unban to do it instantly, basically.
That'll do nicely, I suppose.
Like, from the start.
I don't know. We did break
We'll
some elf
figure it out.
armor that turn, which makes me happy. It was kind of important. 46 viewers, that's kind of good for Blood Bowl 2. You should just watch Knorr stream sometime, man. Knorr is usually 300 to 600 viewers. He could surf the peasant. If he decides he wants to use his time to surf the peasant, I'll be pretty happy with it. So I just kind of decided to circle the wagons, honestly. I basically decided that running through here is too risky, and I didn't have enough players to really do so. And I just needed so many players on defense that this guy, who I was intending to use as a pass target, I couldn't afford to do so anymore. So we just circled the wagons. We're gonna defend the ball kind of as best we can and deal with the consequences. Because this is...
He's going to do a push play now.
Oh, he absolutely probably has a real nasty chain push. But it's kind of the reality of the ugly situation. You know?
Hey, Satani, can you do me a favor and type something in chat?
Because he just tested banning and unbanning you, probably.
I'm going to. No, like pretty
What?
please.
He's,
So I can ban you and then unban
he wants
you.
to be able to untime people out, and he hasn't figured out how. Like...
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
Wow.
As if you fuck up, I gotta fuck you up.
You can try.
If he chain pushes my ball carrier into his guys by coming back and blitzing this guy, I'm mostly okay with that. I mean, it's a really awkward way of getting me a forward 1 square, which I'd be reasonably happy with. Boy, him failing these dodges is wonderful. That's helpful. I'll take it, because I kinda need it. Well, he's obviously not surfing my lineman. That is Lars Linemanson, by the way. So, there you go. You've watched Knorr on YouTube, but have never succeeded watching him live. He's usually on, like, Fridays at, like, 3 Eastern.
Try Satani.
Okay, he is chain pushing me. Huh. I said I was okay with it. Let's find out if I'm actually okay with it.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So I'm figuring this out now. I'm figuring this out.
You got it?
I think I got it.
Alright.
I think I can do it, just, I can reduce the number, how long we're timed out for, so.
Okay. Okay. I wouldn't push the ball carrier, yeah. It's a chain push exhibition today. Chain push exhibition. Best place to take this ball. How about we say... I have a cunning plan. It is a plan so cunning, you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel. It probably won't work.
Chain pushes are fun, though.
Oh, who doesn't love chain pushes? I know I do.
I love them. They can get you out of so many tricky situations, or get you into them.
They can get you into tricky situations real easily, too. It's kind of fun. Mr. Larpus is going to be our pass target. Because we need to spread his defense out just a bit.
Freedom. Artifact.
Freedom! You're fine, don't worry about it. We'll take a both down and hope to injure some guys. Oh, we got there. That's helpful. Every little bit helps. Taking a 1-die with block skill here and kind of hoping. That's good enough for the time being. Good job. And do I still have my reroll? I still have my reroll. I kind of want to take this 1-die here. A both down is good enough for me. I think. We'll deal with it either way. The body there is vaguely helpful, although it does give him some chain push opportunities. But I don't think he can push the ball carrier anywhere super scary. How many weeks into the competition is this? This is completely fresh. These are very, very fresh teams. Okay, if that's all he's going to do to cover our guy, we're definitely going to keep this pass as a, you know, that's in the back of our minds.
Yes.
This is
the qualifying for World Cup.
This is one of the many World Cup qualifier tournaments. This is GOBBLN, 72 teams.
Is anyone else other than you and I in the GOBBLN League fake?
Some other people who view the chat regularly, like none of the normal TeamSpeaky kind of guys, but there's a number of people who watch the stream who are in it. The tragic thing is he has this block. This block gives him a chain push, which he may use on this guy to push him here in this hole. Yeah, he is. Okay, that's what I figured. So that gives him... He followed up. That I was not expecting. I was definitely not expecting the follow-up. See you later, Danny Wren. Have fun playing soccer.
Enjoy, Danny Wren.
I was not expecting him to follow up. That surprises me a bit. Okay. I gave him that one for free, so I accept the consequences of that one. Still a 1 die. That's a 2 die because of him. I'm being stupid. Okay. And now you follow up. Where's the blitz, though? Yeah, I'd run him through for sure. Okay, so it's coming in here. So this is going to be probably a War Dancer leap into this square for the blitz, which we'll deal with.
Yep.
I mean, there's not much we can do about it, other than accept this incoming leap blitz. And I assume that has to be what he's going to do because it's the only thing that makes any sense.
Don't worry, it's gonna go.
Boy, I hope he fails it. That'd be incredible.
You can roll a 1 or 2. Has he
You could.
used a reroll this turn?
Well, nope, but here he's about to use
There
it.
you go.
Oh, he failed an 8 out of 9. That's incredible.
That's really good.
Told you so.
That helps a ton. We are so bad.
That one.
We are
Like,
so
how do you
bad
get
in
that
this
one?
game of Blood Bowl we're playing today. Everyone is just horrible. Like, all the players are bad.
I know, I think your team needs self-esteem because your players are good. They can push it and beat them. They gotta believe. It's like Space Jam. First half is
No,
rough, and they come
the
out.
peasants are shit.
Wow. You know, peasants are good for
The
one
peasants
thing,
are
right?
peasants.
Peasants are good for something. You know that, right?
Yeah, being peasants.
Other than that, I'd like to say they're good at absorbing blocks and dying.
But that's just life of a peasant.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Hashtag peasant things.
Do I want to do that yet? Do I want to hand off? Because I want to hand off at some point. No, don't do that. Don't accidentally click on him. Oh, broke armor.
Savant, it would have been a dodge into 2 tackle zones. So that would have been a 4+ with the reroll, so no. He would not have been better.
And
Oh, that's
now, yeah, no, that was very helpful, to say the least. 2, 4, 6, 7. So I need to get as far as here to do it, huh?
Yeah, so because he had the knight up just 1 square down from where the war dancer was, and then the ball carrier. It was a good thought though, but just not feasible, unfortunately.
Sideline cage.
Sideline cage. The war dancer's on the ground. Give me a break.
Hurry up, stop on it.
Although those,
Besides Donnie,
they were on the wrong side of the pitch. I couldn't
Yeah.
even do it.
Yeah, I know. Just kidding with you.
I know, but you're setting a bad example. Don't make me ban you again.
This time for real.
From TeamSpeak, I'll call up Brett in Australia.
Wow, that'll be impressive, actually.
Yeah, I don't want to pay that phone bill, so I'm not actually. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Hmm.
shouldn't have said I'm not going to actually do it. Now I can't follow through.
Now you can't threaten it.
I know. No,
I'll deal with it.
Savon, he has he wanted 3 rerolls. So he went 3 rerolls, throw it, and then answer.
Yeah, no, he wanted to start with 3 rerolls. That's my assumption. Like, I'm not going to put words in my opponent's mouth, but I believe the plan was to start with 3 rerolls because they're expensive. And start with the thrower and a ward answer and pick up the Apo and then the ward answer and then however many catchers he decides to start with. Like, this is a 10-game tournament. So it's a little bit longer than what you're used to in the MHI, which is the 7-game tournaments. 8 teams. It's double round robin, so I will face this team again, by the way. Like, guaranteed.
Well, that's because you destroy them.
So, like, for all of the times people give me these silly, you should foul him in case you play him again. Like, this is the tournament where it is most actually relevant to possibly do that. Although even then, the argument still comes into play that if I weaken this team too much, I'm helping out all of the other opposition beat this team too,
I believe they did say turn 16 fouling was in the rules allowed and potentially encouraged.
Yeah, they basically did say it was encouraged.
But again, you are helping everyone else in your...
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm going to do it purely from a game theory kind of point of view. We're gonna take the good fouls when they come to us, even if they're on turn 16. But I'm going to have to look at the whole, does it make sense to take it,
Yeah, because you're not facing him before game 6 again, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to face him until, best case scenario, game 6. So I'm weakening him up for 4 other teams before I could potentially have a chance to face him again. Maybe more. Skull push. The saddest of all successful results, the poor skull push. People in Russ's stream are not understanding that you're helping your opponents by doing it. You're helping yourself and your opponents, and if it's possible for you to balance it all out, you should. Because, like, it's not nothing. The fact that you're giving your opponents that is absolutely not nothing. It is a very relevant thing. Alright, ward answer Reno. You may leap into my cage. I literally gave you that, so... But I have no choice. If I want to score, then I gotta do this. He doesn't have anyone in scoring position, so... worst case scenario, he stops me from scoring, but he can't score. Which is sad, but not, like, horrible. But I'd really...
It's 2 GFIs.
It's
1 die.
Yeah, it's a 2 GFI 1 die with a leap or some dodges in the tackle zones. And otherwise, I'm just going to try to take my touchdown on Dr. Akamag, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. If you miss next game his ward answer on turn 16, his opponent's probably going to have a much easier time beating him. So there's some real strategy involved in that kind of thing. Probably the first thing that he was going for was the best block, I would assume. Like this first one he was pathing out, which is going over in this direction. Like, that's got to be the best block that I see. Oh, wow, he's going to dodge into 2 tackle zones and then leap. Is that really it? I'd go through here. I'd go right here and leap in and do the 1 die like that, if I were him. As ugly as all these options are, I think it's... Do I know when the Demo Bowl knockout round tickets are being sent out? I know some of them have for sure. I think they're sent, man.
Check your team.
Yeah, check it.
You might have them.
He is thinking very hard about this and only has 10 seconds left. Okay. Oh, wow. He's going to... Oh, he dodged into 2 tackle zones. Scary. Now comes the leap. Leap is a bad skill, guys. Don't use Leap. Leap is awful. Alright, you came second in the pool but can't see the ticket. Talk to Amp. Well, we have one reroll. We're going to try to score on Dr. Akameg, dude, real quick, because I want this reroll for that badly.
Even if you fail, he can score back.
Yeah, even if I fail, like I failed on the first GFI there, he can't score back. So we're going to blow our reroll on it. And 70% chance from this point on to score. Dr. Akameg, dude, made it.
Praises on everything.
No, Aardvark, don't quit the league. You'll see it soon. If not, I'd advise messaging.
My dude came back. And one of his guys came back. Alright, so we're going to one-turn touchdown defense now, because he has a chance to do this. The kind of tragic part is he got to, actually, I've got enough guys I can go, like, real crazy on this. We can actually go, like, real crazy all in on the whole one-turn touchdown and put 2 tackle zones on every place he could potentially want to go. And then at the last second, I'm going to say, show me you can do it on the split defense. Do it on the split. Make sure I'm good. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, so he has a chance to do a one-turn. And he appears to be setting up to do it. I know my opponent is a experienced enough Blood Bowl coach, so my assumption is going to be that he is absolutely going to attempt the one-turn. We have Finned, which makes things slightly more obnoxious, but not that much worse. Like, he has 8 movement, which is the reason I set up as I did. I'm still, like, there's still absolutely a chance he can do this. So...
I'm trying to think. There's got to be a better one-turn touchdown defense.
I'm sure there probably is. I don't know what it is. He is plotting it out. You have no idea how a one-turn works? How a one-turn works is, in general, you're taking one of your players and you are chain pushing into them over and over again to put them into scoring range. Like this guy, for example, he's going to attempt to push this dude over to my side of the pitch so he has enough movement to score. He is plotting this out. Maybe he's not going for it then.
Adriel, if you type in Blood Bowl one-turn touchdown, you'll get a link on it, and it'll give you like 10 to 15 different ways of how to do it, depending on the number of movement.
Yeah,
players,
if you actually go to my YouTube channel, there's I do a one-turn touchdown with a 7 movement piece. I do it with a Dark Elf Blitzer. And it's a very good example of what needs to be done. So if you go to my YouTube channel, look up the 7 movement one-turn touchdown. Okay. So he is now chain pushing the dude in. This is good shit. So here comes Finned. Watch, you see how he's pushing his guy into my half of the pitch. And he is going to attempt to continue doing this until he successfully gets him close enough to score. This is how a one-turn touchdown works in general. Oh, wow!
Did he get it?
No, he rolled skull both down on a 3-die. And then KO'd his own dude.
KO'd himself.
That's horrible.
Oh, feels bad, man.
That sucks.
Love football.
But that's how it vaguely works. Okay, 2 of his guys came back. Alright.
Yeah, so he's what, 2 KO'd?
Yeah, he has 1 KO'd left. So now it's time to actually set up in a legitimate defense we are going to use to do stuff. The 3-die failed of all the stupid things. So we're going to go ahead and set up in a, you know, more of a standard-ish kind of defense. Or what I would call standard-ish. We're going to try to make it difficult for my opponent to score quickly, and hopefully induce him to actually, you know, go crazy and try and score quickly. That is kind of the idea of this defense. We want, basically, part of the idea of what we have going on with this defense is, if our opponent feels pressured to, score quickly, he's going to run players through, and this is a defense that lets me surround his players that run through pretty easily. Like, the idea is I make it difficult for him to run more than a couple of guys through, and I kind of threaten to, you know, surround them, base them, punch them, foul them, all that kind of nasty stuff, and I really kind of try to make him feel like he has to score in 2 turns. I'm a lowish team value team. I don't have a lot of players I need to defend or anything like that, so I'm not going to go with an ultra-defensive kind of defense. There's no reason to do that. We will see what he does. Sometimes people will respond by breaking through on a sideline through where my blitzers are. Sometimes they'll try to go through the middle. And sometimes they'll just decide they're not in a hurry to score. Like, I'd say that's probably the most common thing that's going to happen, is he's going to decide he's in no hurry. Now, this is like in the first game of a Big 10-game tournament, so you got to look out for your team value, man. You got to try to score points, because there's 9 more games you got to play here. So
He's Wood Elves, though. They'll score.
He's Wood Elves. Like, it's hard to stop Wood Elves from scoring. But, like, this defense kind of makes it tricky for him to sit in my half with the ball stalling for a long time, is the way I would describe this defense. It's real similar to the one that Knorr always uses. And I know almost everyone here is probably a Knorr watcher. Get the ref. A free bribe. That's scary.
Who got the bribe? You?
Get the ref, man. Everyone.
Oh, yeah, each of you do. Duh.
Everybody gets bribes. That's scary.
You get a bribe, and you get a bribe.
Do you have to use the
Everybody
same
gets a
team
bribe.
you qualify for World Cup? I believe you start with a fresh team when the World Cup actually begins.
Yeah, I hope so. Otherwise, some of these leagues would be at a strong disadvantage of people who went 20-0 in the ladder.
Yeah. So this is the kind of the key piece right here that makes it all hard for him to get through Daryl the Dragon Wounder here. He's the guy who's going to make it the most difficult. Oh, no. Oh, not Daryl the Dragon Wounder. It's Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. If he gets a push on Earth, Wind, and Fire, it makes things tricky. But he did not. He successfully knocked down all the crummy peasants. He may keep me based in the middle. We'll see what he does. That does take a route away from this guy who could run through, so he's probably more likely... Wow, he is. I feel like that makes it trickier for this guy to run through. Let's see what he does. Yeah, if I was going to try to do the World Cup, which I probably won't try to do it in the general ladder, I would have to do it with some team I have a lot of fun with, like Bretonians. Like, I'm not going to grind and not have a good time of it. If he gets, like, some horrific quad skullish kind of block here, it'd be awesome because he hasn't defended the ball, but obviously we're not expecting that to happen.
Me, on the other hand,
Oh,
I've done grinding.
holy cow, breaking
I've
all
did
my armor.
PvP grind and WoW and everything else. I will play whatever I can play that I feel gives me the best chance to win.
Oh, I know you will. I won't.
No. I'm just saying that's the difference.
I'm not gonna grind a team for 20 games with a chance that I suddenly just lose a game horrifically badly and have to quit, and do it with a shitty team that I hate. Not a chance. Alright, so now he's actually gonna bother picking up this ball.
I'd probably do dwarves or elves, dark elves.
Oh,
Honestly,
like,
though.
the ladder's like half dark elves, I swear.
I believe it.
There's a lot of dark elves in the World Cup ladder. I've heard people say that about a lot of teams, but dark elves are a very strong team. What team do I think will win the World Cup? Play skill notwithstanding? I think if you had put your money on any team, it'd have to be Wood Elves.
I think an elf team.
Elves in general?
Wood elf or dark elf.
Yeah, so because he pushed my guy here, he had to make that dodge. Obviously he did. This guy was probably going to make a dodge one way or another. Dark Elves and Wood Elves, I think most people are... Those are the teams most people would put their money on, experienced coaches. The Elfie teams are the scary ones. Yeah, Dark Elves are kind of the meta choice against Wood Elves, I think. That's the way a lot of the experienced coaches feel about it. That Wood Elves are really good, but Dark Elves do pretty good against them.
They just start with 4 block pieces and everything else.
Where's this ball gonna go? If I might ask.
I have no clue. Maybe he throws it into the word answer hands. He's throwing it to the word answer, or he's running.
You think
back.
he's throwing to the word answer this turn?
Or he's running back. He's got to run back.
Can he run back?
He's caging up on the word answer.
He is caging up on the word answer. Can you really stay there?
He is gonna do it.
That feels... He must be throwing to the word answer.
Yes, Savant, that is a thing in the ladder qualifiers.
He must be throwing to the word answer.
That is ballsy.
Yeah, he's got to be. There's literally nothing else that makes sense. That was ballsy, and that's got to be re-rolled, I believe.
Ooh.
I'd re-roll it. I mean, if I were him. Do I think there's any chance Undead will be released before qualifying is finished? Not in this league, but maybe in some of the future ones.
Maybe for the March or April
Alright, so...
qualifying ladder. There's a reroll gone, at least.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that part. So we are going to basically... Goal number 1 is make sure he can't stall. So we are going to base like 1 million of his players. That is our main goal here. Is to base all his freaking players. And he's kind of, to a degree, taking advantage of the fact that I started with as few rerolls as I did. But I don't care. That's fine with me. No. Not with you.
Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy, Savant, to try to win that. If he comes against a good dwarf team, it's going to be painful. I feel going 20-0 is going to be hard.
I agree with you. I think 20-0 is going to be difficult, and I think with the way the league is actually working, I had originally thought you would basically have to be 20-0. I'm not convinced of that anymore. I had originally thought like that's the only way anyone's possibly going to do it is have to go 20-0. The quality of the coaches is actually high enough that it's like I'm skeptical that's going to be a thing.
I haven't tried yet, but I'd be kind of thinking if I go 15-0, I'd just say I'm done.
I'm going to take the 1 die. I'm just going to take the 1 die on a blodge piece and hope for the best, basically.
Good luck.
Oh, I'll reroll a skull. This is worth it. I dub skulled. Sad times, boys.
Makes me a sad panda.
You're always a sad panda.
I know. I'm still a sad panda because of that.
So the idea was to make it hard for him to stall, and basically I think we did. I probably shouldn't have rerolled that even. Now I feel bad about that reroll.
Buyer's remorse.
Like, even a push makes it ridiculously harder for him to score. Even a bolt down makes it harder for him to score. But, yeah. That's life. Life moves on. Now we try to score again and hopefully win this game. Yeah, re-rolling there was wrong. But like I said, there was a lot of good results. Like, it was any of the 5 out of 6 results I'd have been fine with. So now I've only got 1 re-roll, which is not where you want to be. With a team with... Are there more games out of this after this out of interest? There's a Legion League game after this. Quick snap, I get to move a free square. I'll take your free square. Thank you, sir. So we can get a better surrounding of the ball going on, which is helpful. That's all good and fine. I just want to take my punches and call it a day. Confirm setup. We're not going to be taking too many real risky blocks in general because we've got 1 reroll. We need it for other things. So we're going to take 35 out of 36 blocks and then move on to our securing the ball.
Arvarg, I think there is one coming. I'm gonna have to leave in about 30 minutes or so.
Oh, that's sad.
The girl wants to go out for some drinks. I said, sure.
Well, sure, drinks are nice. I approve. I am going to follow up with Dr. Akameg. And now comes the scary bit, where we have to pick up this ball with Raymond Luxury Yacht. And hopefully put it in a good place. We are absolutely willing to blow a reroll on this, the final reroll. We didn't need to. I was quite lucky with that. And now we defend the ball a little bit. Our opponent still has 2 rerolls, which is not super ideal, but we deal with it. We will manage, basically. We're going to go ahead and take our freebie foul that the game was kind enough to give us. Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to go ahead and do it. I want Daryl the Dragon Manger to stand, like, here. He's fine where he is for the time being. We'll take our Bribey foul, see if we can take this piece completely off the pitch. Do some more damage to him. Absolutely not. That's fine. And you just stand where you are, I guess, Daryl. I like this even better. I disagree. I just thought myself
He definitely
out.
got the boot in.
I didn't get that boot in. You lost to the same guy Fake lost to in the first game. He is second team in qualifier. Are we talking about, we must be talking about Legion League. Alright, let's see what he does. We do have the ball relatively safe in the middle of the pitch. We still have our reroll, which makes me very happy because we need to nurse that reroll. As you would nurse a crying baby.
Or a sad panda. Sad Panda's left being nursed.
I suppose you could nurse a sad panda.
We love it, actually. It almost makes us happy.
Nurse with alcohol or what?
Yeah. How else would you nurse?
It doesn't even matter because
Yeah. I haven't had any complaints about the level of competition in any of these tournaments. It's all been good players. Not like, blow me away, oh my god, I've been playing horrible players all my life without knowing it. Good. But good, solid players. No issues. Push both down.
Whoa.
I will wrestle if he gives me the chance. Nope. I thought that's what you did at Panda Express.
Eat a panda? No.
Yeah. Was that not a thing?
Why do you want to eat pandas?
Oh, I don't know.
We're adorable.
Realistically, I wouldn't.
Amazing.
Realistically, I would not eat a panda.
Good. Because I'd have to murder you. And then I'd have to tell your wife that.
Is that what pandas do? Murder people?
No. Definitely not.
I wasn't aware that was a thing that pandas actually did.
Right. That's what we want you to think. We're definitely not assassins for hire.
I would hope not. Let's remember to move this dude.
Adriel, I will not have you spewing slander in this stream, though.
Yeah, slander. How slanderous. I didn't read what he said.
He said that it would probably taste terrible anyway. Pet Boo's the shit.
Is it true? Would you taste terrible?
This is a trick question.
Okay.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
If I say yes, you guys want to eat me. If I say no, then it's not slander.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it, I suppose.
Reagan Smash, is it really propaganda if it's accurate?
Are we propagandizing?
Not yet, because it's accurate.
Okay. I'm a little confused, but I'll take your word for it.
Reagan asks if Kung Fu Panda merely a propaganda film for my Panda Assassin Guild. And
That makes enough sense.
it's not really propaganda if that's what actual pandas can do, is it?
That's true. Were it true that pandas could actually do kung fu, then Kung Fu Panda would not be a propaganda film. You know what? Sure, if you want to do more chain pushy demonstrations on me, feel free. Here you go, sir. I feel reasonably good just having a bunch of block guys kind of around the ball, and a pass target. And potential for more pass targets. So, if he wants to chain push, he can do so. again, I am playing against Lembocha, who unfortunately was planning on streaming, but it turned out he wouldn't be able to. But his name up there, his coach name is correct, so if you go to Twitch TV/Lembocha, you will find his stream. He streams Blood Bowl, apparently in Spanish. Or that is what he was saying he was going to do, so if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, Blood Bowl in Spanish commentary, then there you go. So he can go ahead and take the 2-die there, because I based his dudes. That's fine. We work with it. I'd have preferred it if he hadn't broken armor, though. Not kind. You don't think you'd have much of a chance in this kind of a league? Just too much, don't have the experience? There's no better way to get it than to play in a tournament against good people.
The only way you get better is playing against people that are better than you.
Yeah. Although I will admit playing against people... Like, I think in a lot of games, playing against people who are too much better than you is frustrating. I don't think it's that bad in Blood Bowl. I don't know if it's as bad in Blood Bowl as it is in a lot of other things. Like fighting games and first-person shooters. Like, the thing is, in those kind of games, you die so fast, and you literally can't even comprehend what is going on, that it doesn't matter. In Blood Bowl, the game still takes an hour, and you still get to see literally everything the other guy does. So, you know, if he's going there, he may be jumping in on my cage already. Or, nope, he's going to do chain push exhibitions, I think. Because he can blitz here, push him into these 3, push my ball carrier, I don't know, take your pick. I don't think either of these squares is horrible for me, but he'll probably push me back a square, I'd imagine. Maybe he'll push this dude up here. That would be one that would make sense. Nope. I'd have done this, I think, instead.
So... I think I assume you heard about the kid who was holding a shotgun or a rifle or something, driving a hoverboard, tripped and fell and shot his cousin in the head and all that.
No, I had not heard of this.
Yeah, it happened earlier this week. This teenager in Florida had a gun and was riding on a hoverboard.
Ah, the one guy, gotcha. Makes sense.
Fell off of it and shot his cousin or brother or family member or friend or whatever.
Those seem like bad activities to pair up.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm listening to the radio on the way home.
Yeah.
And then someone made the smartest remark of, "Oh, guess hoverboard should be illegal now." To which his co-host responded, "Florida should be illegal."
I see what you're getting at.
Because
that's a hard enough block he may not take again. He can't really, surround the ball if he does succeed. Like, I don't know that I would have re-rolled that just because, if he does knock the ball out of my hands, where does it go? It's not like there's this sudden, horrible, huge opening in my defense he's just going to steal the ball and run through. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I think that was kind of like my bad reroll that I made earlier. I'm not a fan of that one.
Committed to it and...
Yeah, committed to it and then felt like it was just, you gotta do it now at this point. I don't know. Okay. So let's see. How do we want to extricate ourselves from this situation that we have? There's only a few people kind of basing our cage, so that's not horrifically bad.
With guns and a military strike force to overthrow a government and instill a military dictatorship?
Hang on, I think I lost the context for a second.
How do you want to extricate yourself? Or
I
I was
mean,
thinking of Chile in like the 1960s.
like, I wasn't planning on guns,
Oh,
you know?
shit.
That was not the original intention.
Well, never mind then.
Okay. God, you guys sound horrible whenever you do anything.
I really just wanted to overthrow a regime and install a military dictatorship. That's all I wanted. Sorry.
Okay.
I think that's a goal in my life.
That's a life goal?
I think that's a life goal.
I suppose, follow your
You gotta
dreams.
have goals, okay?
Hmm?
No, don't worry about it. You're better off not knowing. Broke armor.
There's too little blood in this game.
I know. There's not much I can do about that. Like, that's how it's working out. You know? Realistically, there's not too much I can do about the whole not enough blood thing. Are you better where you are there? Or back? Do I want you to drop back? Does that help me at all? You can blitz. You can't get blitz on my ball carrier. You can base my ball carrier.
Satani, actually, no.
I'll take this then. I would take this one die. If it fails, that's life. That's life. Well, that's tragic.
Dying.
Well, there goes my pass target.
That's bad.
I tried to one die with the block skill, and instead he KO'd himself. Even a stun would have been pretty okay. I'd have dealt with a stun. KO's tragic, though. Sad times. Skull push. The saddest of all results. Unfortunately, we are down a dude now. Push and follow up. Okay. You can put 2 dudes on my ball carrier. That's fine. I've never, like, legitimately punched the dude in my, you know, what I would call my old age, but absolutely when I was a small child and, you know, little playground fights. But beyond, like, the age of 10 or so, no. I was hoping he'd fail another dodge for old time's sake. Like the good old days of the first half. It seems like he's going to be a little more careful about letting me run past targets through in general, which makes sense. I've shown I'm quite happy to run through past targets when I need to. Really? I don't think that's necessary. Okay, that makes sense. So a 1 assist foul on my dude. Seems reasonable enough. No luck.
Is it too legit to quit?
I don't know if I'd call it too legit to quit, but it makes sense.
Okay.
I would consider it legitimate, but you're still capable of quitting if you had to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the way I would describe that foul. Legitimate, but 100% quittable. Fail a dodge? Aww. I was hoping.
Hey, it's Blanca's birthday today.
Whose birthday?
Blanca from Street Fighter.
Like the Street Fighter character. Okay. I was unaware.
Me too.
Who knew?
Hopefully 46 more people know now. Oh, 36.
Oh, really? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Can I go anywhere real interesting over here? If I get a knockdown, kinda. If I get a knockdown, I can kind of go interesting places. Let's take a good look at that. Jefferson helicopter, go ahead and stand up. That's interesting. So the odds of the power are like 30%. But if I do get that, then real good things happen. I'd kind of like this. We're going to see if this works out, because we have to try this. I have a 30% chance of this working out amazingly well. Oh, 30% happened, boys.
The 30% dream?
30% dream. We broke armor on a War Dancer. We KO'd a War Dancer. Oh, that's so helpful.
Ooh. The dream is real.
The dream is starting to get slightly more real. Two, three, 6 squares. You can go. You're the odd piece out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we can really go crazy, I guess, huh? But we'd have to go like all the way up there, basically. We have to go up here. How far can you make it? You'd have to go here then. That's annoying. May still be worth it. Make some GFIs, maybe. I'm gonna go for it, I think. I think I'm gonna try to go for it. I'm trying to decide if I'm willing to blow a reroll on this if I fail it. I hate to. I really don't want to. Am I willing to just let him have the blitz in my ball carrier if this fails? I think I am. I can't say that. No, I really need to reroll this if it fails. Thankfully, it didn't fail. You go ahead and try and take this one die real quick. A push is okay. A POW is phenomenal. Go ahead and follow up. And, do I want you to make a dodge? How far out can you get? You can't get anywhere terribly useful. I'm gonna make him go ahead and use his block over there. We're gonna try it and see what happens.
That Blitzer is gonna die.
What?
That Blitzer is gonna die now.
That Blitzer is could very Dr. Akamag dude could easily get fouled and killed here, but you know what? I'll take it. If he wants to take a 3 assist foul on me that badly, then more power to him. He stood up. Phenomenal. I'd really like to score on Dr. Akamag dude if that is in any way a possibility, but right now I'm kind of focused more on winning the game, because I'd like to win this game. Obviously, he can blitz our cage piece and put people on the ball carrier. That's life. And that's what's going to happen. The War Dancer's not here, and boy, that helps. That means there's no 35 out of 36s, and now he's got 8 out of 9s in one reroll. Which are still incredibly likely to work. 8 out of 9 times, it turns out. But every little bit. It makes sideline caging a much more reasonable option, too. The fact that he does not have the freebie dodge reroll. So that's a thing we'll potentially look at. I'd like it if he'd fail some of these real easy dodges like he was in the first half, though. That'd be real great. So Finn remains a thing. He actually has to make a GFI if he wants him to stand next to the ball carrier. But I don't think he's going to. That's fine. Bret life. Get Bret. It pays. Dodge out, really? It's a good dodge. That is a good dodge. I like it. That makes things a little bit more difficult for me. Okay, and stand next to ball carrier. That's fine.
This is an interesting position you've got yourself into, Fake.
It's an interesting position I've gotten myself into. I'm not gonna lie. That is a true statement. That thing that you just said.
Thank you, friend.
We'll manage, I think. It's not horrifically bad or anything. It's interesting. Oh, he's gonna go too? Ooh, yeah, let's see. That's interesting. That is interesting. That takes away the chain push that we had coming up through here by putting a dude here. So that's a nice thing in kind of an ugly situation, I think, for him. Let's think real hard about this for a second. Where can this ball go that I like? I know where I like it best. But I will need to take you. Yeah, okay. We need an 8 out of 9 to work. 8 out of 9. 8 out of 9 gods. Do your thing. That's good enough.
That'll do, pig.
That will do, pig. That indeed will do, pig. Now... let us take you off real quick, I hope. Let us fail that. That has to be re-rolled, unfortunately. Oh, another
Wow.
80 out of 81. Decided to not do it again. Oh.
Dice games.
The ball was going to go like right around here. I'd have been pretty happy with the ball here. But instead, we basically quad skulled again. That's 2 80 out of 81 block fails. Two of them's.
Shit happens.
Shit did happen. Oh, he can fail it too, though. Fail it again. It'd only be fair. Oh, he got a push.
Hey, he used a reroll though. You can't fuck anything else.
He did
up
use a
the rest of the
reroll.
game.
Because now your dude's got to come in from there. That takes all the assists out. You can't do any better than a 1 die. And you don't have any rerolls left.
And they don't have the block.
And he doesn't have block skill, which helps. Oh, he's going to take this block first and try to make it a 2 die. Well, I guess he gets a 2 die.
Still 1 in 9.
Maybe he'll fail a 1 out of 9. Skull push! I'll take it.
Good enough.
Good enough. I will not say better than expected, but good enough.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. So, no follow-up, really.
I think that's wrong.
I think not following up is wrong. I know what I would do on his turn if I were him. I know, like, there's a couple of things I would still do at this point to really make this tricky. Okay. Oh, he failed to dodge. Team, there's still a chance. See what he should have done, in my humble opinion? Get a pass target down here, man. You can't win anymore. That's gotta happen.
Yeah, I would have followed up and then passed target and then made your life live in hell to get out of it.
Yeah. Like, now I can get out of this reasonably okay. Like, this is not
No,
super ideal, but we can manage.
and now you have a pass target.
Now I have a pass target. I can have 2 pass targets if I want to. I can even have Candle as a pass target over there. Now, how do we finish this off? Candle Jet, you become a pass target. So, worst case scenario, we do get a draw out of this game. And a draw is pretty likely, I'm not going to lie. But, let's try to maybe win this game instead. Let's take you, put you there. You take your 2 die that we have on a lineman. A push is fine for the time being. Stay where you are, sir. I think we still take a... Actually, maybe should have considered surfing. I'm as dumb as it sounds. He can try to take my guy down without skills to do so if he really wants to. And let's try to make a 3rd pass target. Not today. Only 2. So we don't have to worry about him scoring on us, but we still have a non-zero chance of scoring. Not a good chance, but non-zero. And one of our pass targets is actually a guy who's 3 out of 6 SPP. So that's great. He's also the harder one to blitz. So I can only take one of these 2 guys down. One of them is going to be in scoring position, period. And that's life. So that's all good and fine. He can still totally go after our ball carrier, though. I mean, that's absolutely a thing. He can 1-die the ball carrier all he wants. There's nothing we can do about that. But whatever, the ball carrier can manage. He's got to deal with a guy with block skill there first. If he wants to come around from behind. I can get himself a pretty easy 2-die if he makes this. Yep, so he goes here, and now this guy's going to come around. Ah, turn 60!
No.
No! Rocking Bullwinka!
No.
Wah wah.
Rage
You have an
quit.
apple?
No, of course not. Wah wah wah.
Hey, it could be worse.
Yeah?
It could have been a word answer. For you.
It could have been a ward answer. Well, he knocked down my ball carrier. Turn 16, though. Tragic.
Well, Bretonnia Blitzers are just as expensive as a fucking ward answer.
I know, right?
10k.
Well, again, we have a non-zero chance of scoring here, but boy, it's ugly. I'd have preferred to make it out of this game without a blitzer dying, though.
Yep.
That'd have been
Should go
nice.
for my setup.
What's your setup?
Not playing
4
Dragons?
blitzers, 3 blockers.
Give me a sec
rerolls
to think
that.
about this. You've got to go. And then... It was a very good game. I have no real complaints. I have some complaints, but nothing that I can do anything about. We need that. Alright, so now we do this. Time to get started, boys. Got a lot of work to do. A lot of blocks to make. Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Oh, I didn't want that to happen, but I suppose I got my guy injured, so he's badly hurt. I got some lineman SPP. Now that that worked,
Hooray.
now that we're starting to get there, things are starting to look up a bit. You don't have pass or anything like that. Now comes the dumb part. Here's the hard part. Let's try it. Hard part. Oh, the screen turned blue. That's not a good sign.
No, you got it.
Man, we got pretty far there, though. We got pretty far going along there. That was pretty good. He's a good player.
Expecting you to block down with the blocker and free that guy up.
I just thought about it for about 2 minutes and just gave something a try. There was probably a better way of doing it.
Yeah, I saw what you're saying, Saitani.
Daryl the
Hey,
Dragon.
you can buy an Appo.
I can buy an Appo. Appo won't save my dead guy. That was a good fun game. Unfortunately, no good, SPP anywhere. Daryl the Dragon Wounded took the MVP like a crummy peasant would. I suppose at least didn't go on the dead guy. We have 3 SPP on Dr. Akuma Egg Dude. I don't remember which of the other linemen picked up 2 SPP. But, I suppose I'll take it. That was a good game.